Sorry.
No
Oh my
Okay.
problem.
God.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well and sound. It is with pleasure I welcome each one of you to this program today that has been organized by Africa Federation Women's Board Representative of Nairobi, Sister Madiha. We will begin this session with the recitation of the Holy Quran by Zain Nanji, please.
Assalamu alaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولكم فيها جمال حين تريحون وحين تسرحون وإن لكم في الأنعام لعبرة نسقيكم مما في بطونه من بين فرث ودم لبنا خالصا سائغا للشاربين صدق الله العلي العظيم. And the cattle, he has created them for you. In them there is warmth and numerous benefits, and them you eat. Surah number 16, verse number 5. And indeed for you in grazing livestock is a lesson. We give you drink from what is in their bellies, between excretion and blood, pure milk, palatable to drinkers. So I'm going to do a small reflection. So a balanced and nutritious diet is the most essential factor for ensuring health and fitness. One cannot think well, love well, sleep well if one has not dined well. It is a well-established truth that a balanced diet is a first prerequisite for a healthy and happy life. And health is a first prerequisite for a successful and organized life. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides us with options of a nutritious diet. A healthy body results in a healthy mind, which benefits you both spiritually and physically. To maintain a sound mind, a pure heart, and a healthy body, you should create a balance in your life. As we approach the month of Ramadan, we should keep in mind the health and wealth of our bodies. All I'm saying is keeping your diet balanced will result in your mind being balanced. And even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, even what is nutritious has been shown in the Quran and how many benefits it has in every aspect of your life. The heart and the mind are nourished by the remembrance of Allah. And the same way, the body is nourished by eating the good and lawful food Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Zain, for that
Yeah.
beautiful reflection. Okay, so I would like to welcome Prishita Vora Shah to this program. Thank you so much for joining us in this, and
Oh,
you're
thank
most
you.
welcome in this. And we also have in board Sister Madiha, whom I will hand over to say a few words, please.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope everybody is doing here well. I would like to welcome each and every one of you on behalf of Africa Federation Women's Board, and a very warm welcome to our guest speaker Prishita Warasha. And looking forward to an interesting, informative, and very interactive session, inshallah. Welcome everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Madiha. Okay, so today we have here with us today Prishita, who is going to walk us through an amazing plan, which not only benefits weight loss, but is also a lifestyle change. I think we all want that, right? And Prishita is the CEO of White Oak Medical Center in Nairobi, which is a medical center in Spring Valley, Westlands. And she's also a sonographer and a metabolic balance coach. As a woman, I can tell you we are always looking for diets. So it's hard. We always want to lose belly fat. We always want to lose the fatty hips. We always want to lose the flabby arms, and the list goes on, right, for a woman. And since COVID hit, like our inactivity, because we're hardly going out, we're at home, there's not so much activity. So how do we lose this weight? It's not only the weight, it's the laziness, it's the mood swings, it's so much, right? So there are so many diets out there, and Prishita is going to share with us one of them, which is quite effective, yes, I must say. Thank you, Prishita.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this. So today I'm going to be talking about metabolic balance. So before we start, I hope everybody can hear me well, though. So what is metabolic balance? But before that, I want to just say a little bit about me while we go deep in base with it. So my name is Prishita Vorasha, as you know. I am a sonographer and a health administrator, and now a metabolic balance coach as well for the past couple of months. I've studied in Loma Linda, California, and in Florida International University in Miami. My journey to become a coach was for numerous reasons. Number one, I'm in the process of trying to become pregnant. I am 33 years old, so I think my biological clock is ticking. I wanted a better lifestyle for myself. I've had knee surgery since last year, so my weight was not helping my knees to heal better. And to be very honest with you, my diet was downright rotten. I was one of those people that would never eat a vegetable. I don't eat meat. So I literally survived on paneer and cheese. I don't know how, but it happened. And I was one of those people that used to end up in the hospital every 3 months because I was iron deficient. So because I was not eating any greens, any vegetables, I used to bother my parents and my husband and used to end up in the hospital for 2 to 3 days trying to put iron in my body because supplements just don't work for me. So it came to a point in my life where I think I had enough. And I want to show you a before and after photo of me so you could believe me. And I had reached 63.4 kgs. That's the highest I'd ever been in my life. And once you cross 30, your metabolism slows down automatically. We are not as active as we are anymore. Our metabolism is not raving anymore. It's not processing the fat and burning it all anymore. So it came to a point where I literally told my husband on the 1st of January, this year, it's a new year, new me. And bless his heart, he was like, no problem. And it was a whole new world that happened to me. I studied metabolic balance, I became certified, and I wanted to try it firsthand on myself as well, just so when I am teaching my patients, when they're going through this practice, they would be well informed. At the same time, they would look at me and be like, okay, you did it, so maybe I have hope as well. So that was another reason. So this was me before, as you can see, and this is me now. And it's a complete whole new world happened to me. I've lost so many kgs in a matter of 2 months. This is 2 months. And metabolic balance works. Technically, it's not a diet. It's a complete lifestyle change. I am now eating vegetables. I'm now more conscious about what's on my plate. Even when I go out to restaurants, it does not restrict me because every restaurant can, in a way, cater for your food, whether it's Art Cafe or it's Osteria or etc. from there. So this is a great big difference and lifestyle. And for my mood as well, there were times when I would be feeling very low. I would get drops of insulin in the middle of the day. And I feel like all of that is gone. My knee pain is reduced. I don't even need to have surgery on my other knee anymore, thanks to metabolic balance and thanks to me losing all that weight. Um, so here we are. Are you also in the same ballpark? Can you relate to me as well? Are you suffering from any of these following conditions, such as depression, low energy, hormonal imbalances, trying to become pregnant, have breakouts happening? I had numerous amounts of breakouts because I was very hormonal. And every time my periods used to come, I used to call them bomb blasts on my face because that's just used to happen everywhere. And I used to put these pimple patches to hide it, but not anymore. Hair loss, migraines, headaches, insomnia. I didn't suffer infertility, but I was not 100% in terms of my hormones and trying to become pregnant either. Obviously, weight gain happened. PCOS, polycystic kidney diseases, polycystic ovarian diseases, fatty liver, thyroid disorders, which affect so many women out there, sadly. and diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, joint pains, and osteoporosis as well, allergies as well. So if you're any one of those people that can relate to this or is suffering from this, I would personally recommend the Metabolic Balance program for you. So what is the Metabolic Balance program? It's a lifestyle change. And it's a plan that's based on every individual person. So my plan cannot be used by my husband or my mother or anybody else, even if they're in my same gene pool, because what we do is we take 35 parameters of blood from you. So we would measure, say, for example, your thyroid, your kidneys, your liver, your infections, your inflammations. We would measure your hormones. We would measure all these parameters along with your measurements of your body, along with your lifestyle that you live in. Are you a vegetarian? Are you a non-vegetarian? Are you a vegan, etc.? And we would also check in with your likes and dislikes. I hate asparagus. I hated green vegetables, broccolis, mushrooms, all that. Used to creep me out. That's why I stayed away from veggies. So I basically made a plan based on all of those things. And metabolic balance then generates a plan for you. And it's a plan that lasts for around 12 weeks until we reach your goal. So your goal could be, I want to gain weight. I want to lose weight. I want to better my hormones. I want better skin. I want longer hair. I want a better lifestyle. I want to clear out my depression. I want to sleep better. I want to regulate my body, my IBS, constipation, diarrhea, whatever you're going through. This helps regulate that. And it's not a diet. Again, I really have to say this because you're eating a lot of food and it's delicious food at the same time. The only thing we say is that you really need to have willpower and you need to stick by it and you need to be creative with what you eat as well. So this is a little food pyramid and I hope everybody can see this. And these are the items you're actually allowed to eat. You're allowed to eat a few sweets, just not any soft drinks, because once you pass a second stage and you enter phase 3, you're allowed one cheat meal a week. So for me, I know it's a pizza, it's an ice cream, and it's a soda, just because it's my cheat meal. I can enjoy it out. It feels so good for all the hard work I've done. And then you're allowed cereal products. You're allowed potatoes in your plan. You're allowed red wine or beer eventually. And I'm allowed a potato in my plan. Some people are allowed wild rice. Some people are allowed oats. So it depends on your body compositions as well and your blood work. You are very much recommended to eat cheese, mozzarella cheese, feta cheese. All those are very good for you. And it will tell you in how much quantity. Sorry, am I speaking too fast?
I think that was just an interruption. It's okay.
Oh, sorry. So in metabolic balance, you're allowed to eat cheese, milk products. You're allowed to drink milk, yogurt. I make a chash out of it because I hate the taste of yogurt. And then eggs, poultry such as fish, chicken, lamb, mutton, beef. You're allowed to eat all of those things. Also fresh fruit, vegetables, salad, rye bread. It's the only plan that will tell you, please eat bread. So if you have gluten allergies or gluten intolerant, we would tell you to eat sourdough rye bread because it subtracts all the gluten from there, the sourdough rye bread part. Otherwise, you're allowed to eat rye bread, which tastes delicious, by the way. And then you're allowed olive oil, you're allowed ghee, not sunflower oil. So it's delicious food and it's variety as well. So there are 4 phases to metabolic balance. So phase 1 is a cleanse. It lasts for 2 days. So we would give you Epsom salt to drink on day 1, and you would literally be cleaning out your whole system. It's like you're restarting everything from your body. And that lasts for 2 days. And those 2 days, you'll be eating light foods such as khichdi or salads or soups, delicious stuff again. And then phase 2 lasts for 14 days. So in those 14 days, the only thing we tell you is stick to your plan, stick to the weight it says in your plan per food, and no oil, no sugar, no exercise. That was like the sparkle for me. I hate exercising like with a vengeance. Like gyms, I would run away from them. So it's somewhere when I read on it and I was doing my research, and the first thing it says no exercising for the first 16 days, sign me up. And I'm still losing weight. Oh my God. So I'll go into that a bit later. I know someone will have a question like, oh my God, why can't I exercise? But I'll tell you later all about that. So once you pass that first 16 days, then you start phase 3. You have energy. you feel good, your face is glowing, your skin is clearer. You've already probably lost 5 to 6 kgs in general, because that's how much weight you lost within the first 16 days. You're eating food, you're fuller, you're not getting lows of insulin, you'll not be moody, you will not be lethargic, you won't be any of those things. You have so much more drive that when you wake up during that phase 3, you'll be like, yeah, now I'm ready to exercise, I'm ready to run, I'm ready to hit the gym. I used to be one of those who used to sleep on Sundays till like 1 p.m. Like I would not want to be disturbed. Like, let me sleep, I need my space. But now at 7 a.m., I'm literally knocking on my husband, like, hey, let's go. I want to go run around. Like, I want to exercise. Can we do something? It's a world of a difference. And it's the hormones. That's what happens with metabolic balance. It resets your hormones, it resets your minerals, your nutrients, your enzymes. So your body has jump started itself as well. Then once phase 2, phase 2 ends, phase 3 lasts. Phase 3 lasts until you have reached your goal weight. So for some people, it may be that last minute of inches of lab, or 40, 50, 60, 100 kgs as well. I've had patients. So that will last until you reach phase 3 is over. For some people, 2 months, for some people, 4 months, depending on your weight loss as well. And I'll tell you how much weight loss you will continue losing every single week. Now in phase 3, we introduce oil in your diet because oil is very important for our joints. So you'll be allowed ghee, you'll be allowed olive oil. You will tell me, oh, okay, so my diet doesn't allow this for me. Now can I introduce this? So I introduced paneer in my diet instead of tofu. I introduced butter beans. I'm a vegetarian again, so it's very limited. So stuff like that. My husband says, I want wild rice or I want oats. I'm like, yeah, sure. So we would check your blood again based on myself, your measurements and your weight loss journey as well, and your basic body chemistry as well. So this would determine if I can add more foods into your plan or not. Then once you reach your goal, you get onto phase 4. Now, phase 4 is for life, like you're maintaining yourself for life. Just know that the first 5 days, you have to be strict with yourself. So whatever foods are in your plan, stick by it. I mean, that's Monday to Friday. And then everybody has a lifestyle on Saturdays and Sundays. So you can go out to restaurants, you can go to people's houses, you can live however you want to. But as long as you maintain yourself and you're being sensible about it as well.
Prishita, are you saying after the 14 days on the third phase, would you give a workout plan as well?
So we can share with you a workout plan, but I usually tell people that exercise 3 to 4 days a week for an hour. That doesn't necessarily mean, oh, let's go to the gym and lift weights. That could also mean a walk, a run, a jog, stand on the treadmill, do some elliptical, anything that raises your heart rate or makes you sweat a bit. So
So
it's not
nothing
that, oh, I
structured.
have to join a gym in order to maintain myself with metabolic balance. No, not at all. But then at the
Okay.
same time, yes, we can share a exercise plan, a routine as well
Mm-hmm.
to help you, even if you're at home, you're in isolation, you've been quarantined, totally help you with all of that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Oh, I do need to tell you this. So part of the plan, the first 16 days are the hardest for anybody because it's a complete lifestyle change. So what we help with people is meal plans. So I'll share you something of my own. This is my meal plan that I had created for myself. I hope everybody sees it. So I literally written down breakfast, lunch, dinner, what am I going to eat every single day? And being a vegetarian, I was making pav bhaji, dal makhani, rajma. I was making like hara bhara kebabs. I was making bhajiyas. I was making paneer tikka, tofu tikka. So I was truly enjoying my food. And then for like my husband's sake, he has grilled chicken and veggies. We make a chicken eggplant bake it. Kebabs. There's a lot that you can eat. And we would sit down and make a meal plan for you. So you would be better able to go shopping, number one, for it, to prepare yourself for it. And if you have to make your meals prepped in advance and keep it in the freezer, you can totally do that. So a couple of well-being benefits in addition to weight loss. By the way, I really need to tell you this, weight loss is a side effect of metabolic balance. So when your body is regulated, when your enzymes, your hormones, all of that nutrients, everything is regulated, weight loss happens, which is amazing. You would feel increased energy, reduce, like sleep is reduced. If you are an insomniac, you would actually sleep. You won't get hunger pangs. Everybody knows the hour between 5 and 7 o'clock p.m. is the worst. Everybody wants to attack those dabbas, open that kachri, that chevro. It's all those things that you're craving. You wouldn't even feel any of that. You wouldn't even feel a low because it's like, no, I worked way too hard, or your body will just be like, nah, we don't need all that. So you'll be so satiated. That's the best part about this program. You would feel fuller longer. Your blood work will become better, cholesterol will improve. You will even see a difference when, like, for example, someone is going through some mental health issues such as depression. You would feel your moods getting better as well. You have more energy, you have more purpose in life as well going on for you. Also, beautiful skin and reduction in cellulite. Everybody wants that, and a little weight loss as well, which is amazing because everybody knows what happened in quarantine. So what weight loss can I expect from metabolic balance? So the first 16 days, which is phase 1 and phase 2, you would lose an average of 5 to 6 kgs, depending on how strict you are, how much water you're drinking, and if you're abiding to that plan, because there's no exercise. And then starts phase 3. You would lose around 0.7, basically 700 grams to a kilo a week, which is still exciting because you are eating all the delicious food. Yes, you're exercising because you have to now, because you have all the energy. And then you're still losing weight, which is amazing. Most people reach their goals up to even 100 kgs within 4 months. So if you have, like me, an additional 7 kgs to lose, it took me 2 months and I'm there and I'm happy. And now I think I've reached my maintenance phase as well. Well, I've allowed myself 2 cheat days instead of 1, which is more exciting. So that's what would happen. This is a meal plan example. So when we give you your full booklet will look like this thick. And it's a lot of pages because it's a complete lifestyle change that you have to follow for a good 4 months. So this is an example of what a plan would look like. So I would say, for example, breakfast, you'll be allowed 175 grams of yogurt, which is a lot of yogurt. So I hate the taste of it, so I make it into a chash. Then you're allowed a fruit and you're allowed a slice of bread. Same thing goes with, so suggestion 1, 2, 3 means day 1, day 2, day 3. So for lunch, you'll be allowed 2 eggs. Now, again, this plan depends on person to person, dietary requirements to dietary requirements. So mine, I'm a vegetarian, so it's full of lentils and mushrooms and vegetables. Husband's is full of chicken and fish and mutton because he loves all that. So this is not what you're going to get exactly, yeah? And then dinner again is fish, vegetables, fruit, and bread. Now, metabolic balance has to have 8 rules. I will go on that. The 8 rules for metabolic balance. So rule number 1, you have to eat 3 meals a day. You cannot be one of those people and say, I want to skip breakfast because I want to lose weight. No, if you skip a meal, you are not going to lose your weight. And proteins are very important in every single meal. Then you're going to leave 5 hours in between every single meal. Keep your meals under an hour. Start each meal with a bite of protein. So if you're having breakfast and you have almonds, then you're going to eat some seeds of almonds before you start a meal. Or if you have chicken, eat 2 or 3 bites of chicken or fish or mushrooms. And the reason why we say that is because it will help you feel fuller longer. It will let that insulin release very, very slowly so you don't ever have a dip. You don't ever get a low. And it will regulate those enzymes and those hormones gradually as well. And then each 1 protein in each meal. Now, even if you don't join the Metabolic Balance program, you should still follow this plan as a day-to-day lifestyle change as well, just to help you regulate your weight as well. So only 1 protein in each meal. So you cannot mix eggs with bacon. You cannot mix chicken with certain mushrooms. You can't have cheese with chicken in it, vice versa. So it has to be 1 protein per meal. And the reason why is because each protein has a certain amount of glycemic index in it. And for example, eggs has 54 and chicken has 65. All that should always add up to 100. But because it's adding up to a bit more, your body and its digestive system gets very confused. Insulin regulation, hormone regulation gets very confused. That's why I always say 1 meal per every protein. So that protein gets digested very nicely, very slowly, and it regulates your system as well. Try not to eat after 9 p.m. because your body is now going into slow mode. It's trying to digest everything. And remember, when you sleep, you're losing weight. Like we actually burn a lot of calories when we're sleeping, which is amazing. Drink water. So 1 rule everybody should stick by, whether you do this plan or not in your day-to-day lifestyle, you should drink 35 ml of water per kg weight that you are. So if I am 65 kgs, hypothetical situation, if I times 65 kgs by 35, I should be drinking 2.2 liters of water a day. Water helps in speeding up the metabolism. It helps us lose weight. It helps regulate our gut. It helps regulate our insulin as well. Also, it gives us increased energy throughout the day. Eat an apple a day, please. Always, with every meal, either have an apple or a fruit as your dessert. Now, it's not necessary for you to eat a fruit with every meal, but I say one apple a day keeps the doctor away. That slogan has been there because for a reason. Apples are huge in fiber content. They help regulate our sugars. They're slow releasing as well, and they're so good for our body, and they actually aid in weight loss. So water, apple a day. Stick by that, you'll be good to go. Sorry, I'm going to go back to that now. So what do I need to do to prepare myself to be part of the Metabolic Balance program? Couple of things. Number one, if you can't cook your own food, if you are in Nairobi, we have a chef that caters for that. But if you're not in Nairobi and you still want to do the Metabolic Balance plan, then I would say that you need to be enthusiastic enough to make your own food. You need to be fairly certain that you want to do this plan because you need a lot of willpower, a lot of dedication, because this is going to be a complete lifestyle change for you. This requires self-control as well, and you'll be able to control your cravings, but that will also happen gradually. But we really need willpower for this. And for 16 days, which is the first days, you cannot go out to people's houses to eat. You can't eat in restaurants. Even if you want to go, I used to take my own food because, again, we can't stop our social lifestyle. My family in the house. So I would literally take my dabbas and go to my auntie's house or to the restaurant, and they would heat it up for me. Restaurants are very nice like that, and obviously family understands. So be prepared for a very strict 16 first days. After that, we become a bit more lenient with your diet as well. How will I get this question from a lot of women? So how I have depression. How will Metabolic Balance Coach help me with this? Will I be able to stop taking my pills forever? I would say yes. I've had a lot of success rates with women that are in depression. Mental health exists, and the more we talk about it, the more open the society gets to it, the more we will accept it, and the more there will be advancement in medical science for this as well. So mental health disorders are characterized by persistent depressed moods or loss of interest in activities, causing significant impairment in life. Metabolic balance helps with this, as your food recommendation helps to restore proper macro and micronutrients in our body, aiding in better energy. This will help regulate your hormones. These are the hormones that try to bring you down. These are the hormones that are circulating in our brain, you will get increase in serotonin levels, which is one of the biggest factors for depression when it's reduced. So you plus also get a lot of self-confidence, you will get a lot of self-worth, you'll feel good for yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. Plus you'll have so much energy that you would want to do something good for yourself and better yourself.
Prishita, there are some medicines that reduce your metabolic activity. They
Right,
lower it. So what
right.
about that?
So what happens with this plan is that when we sit down together, we will also be taking down your whole metabolic history. We'll also be including all the medications that you're taking. So when your plan is generated, they've taken
Mm.
into account those hormones that are suppressed actually by those medications. And that way, the foods that you'll be given to eat will help regulate all that. So you will have increased level of serotonin at the same time while still being on the metabolic balance program while still taking those medications as well. Because one thing we tell you not to do is stop your meds. You will feel
Yeah.
yourself gradually wanting to decrease it under your doctor's supervision.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So couple of things that metabolic balance helps regulate, again, like I keep saying, is the hormones. We have over 50 hormones in our body. Each hormone is there to regulate one thing or the other. There's a hormone to help us sleep better, melatonin. uh, there's a hormone that helps us not have lows or highs or whatever, it's insulin. So plus there's testosterone, there's estrogen, there's luteinizing hormones. There's so many that they're basic communication system for our whole body that helps regulate all that as well. We also have enzymes that help run our body as well. That the little catalyst that gives us the jump start, such as your pancreatic enzymes, your kidneys, your digestive enzymes. So metabolic balance helps regulate all of that for the better for you. I have gone through this. I get this question a lot. What do I do if I sign up for the Metabolic Balance program and Ramadan starts? Simple. Metabolic Balance can cater to this as well. What you will do is have 2 meals instead of 3, which is fine. You may increase your portions of veg and proteins by 30% within those 2 meals. The gap between the 2 meals should be maintained. So you cannot eat in between share and iftar. I apologize if I'm saying this wrong. You have to drink your full amount of water between those times as well. You have to have 2 proteins a day. So if you have chicken for one meal, you have to have fish for the other. You cannot have chicken a day. You cannot have 2 proteins on the same day. Even when you're doing a regular plan, during the regular days, you cannot mix your proteins. You cannot repeat your proteins as well. Just because it's your body, you have to give your body time to digest. You have to give your body a range of things to digest with as well. You have to give yourself a variety of vegetables in each meal. This will give you the fiber content that you need. You need to start each meal with a protein. Have your rye vita, or you can make chapati out of 100% rye flour. You get all this at like all leading supermarkets and all healthy use if you have them around you as well. You're even allowed to eat rye bread as well. You have to have 1 apple a day with every meal. Then the second meal, you can have whichever fruit you want, watermelon, strawberries, blueberries, whichever fruit your meal plan allows you to. And you must finish your meal within that 1 hour. This will help you take care of that full month that you're going to be fasting while in Ramadan, while still losing weight, while still abiding to God. So, anybody have any questions? So how does this plan work? What are the phases of it? How can I help you? How much is the cost? I know that's $1 million question that everybody has. So if you're in Nairobi, because I have my own medical center, I have my own lab in it as well, and I'm able to give a 50% discount on the blood work. But if you do the blood work at any other country that you're located in, you can just take the blood work that is assigned and you can take it to any lab and they'll do it for you. But in Nairobi, I know this blood work costs are an average of 25 to 30,000 shillings. But like I said, because I have my own lab, I can give a 50% discount. So it'll be 16,000 shillings for the lab work. But the plan is fixed. The plan all over Africa is the same price of 49,999. Now, just for the Africa Federation, we have given a discount of 5,000 shillings. I'll tell you more about that in the next slide and the user code that you can use for it as well. So basically what the plan caters to is the 49,001 will cater to the 2-day cleanse that you do. It'll be that 14-day reset program where we'll also be sit down and we'll share meals, like a complete meal plan with each other. We'll do the reintroduction plan as well. So once you pass phase 2 and you've entered phase 3, we'll again sit down with a consultation with each other and go through about foods that you want to introduce, foods that you want to omit, foods that you don't like. If you've developed any allergies or side effects or anything, we'll cater to all of that. Although I've not had any patients that go through anything like that. Then we'll go through the maintenance plan. Now, remember, I'm with you until you lose your weight. So whether that'll be 2 months, 1 month, 4 or 5 months, maximum I've had someone 40 kilos that they wanted to lose, they lost it in 3 months. So it's a really amazing success rate I've had. There was only one patient from hundreds that I've had that we had to stop the plan because before she started the plan, she didn't know that she had sinus. So once she started the plan, because your metabolism is resetting, everything is regulating itself, she started feeling dizzy and lightheaded. So first what we did was from our side, we stopped the plan. Then she went to the ENT and she found out she has sinus and she had vertigo before the plan even started. So right now she is recovering. And then once she's done recovering and everything is cleared out, she's going to go back onto the plan and start with phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 until she reaches a goal. That's the only patient I've had that we had to stop the plan in between and now they're going to start again. Again, like the blood test, I said it's 34 parameters of blood that we measure that will regulate your full body. But if you're not in the country, then you can do it at your host country as well. Now, I told you there's a discount for the ladies in this group. It's 5,000 shillings off the plan itself, the 49,001. So the actual plan will then become 44,999. Now you see this code written in red, MB Women. You will actually put this code when you're checking out onto our website. When you go onto the website, you'll click on shop. And under that, you'll see the Metabolic Balance plan. So you can put that code in there and now you can pay for everything online if you're not in this country. I do have patients that are not necessarily in Nairobi. I have patients in Arusha, Kampala, Dar es Salaam that are doing the metabolic balance program and they're losing the weight. And we're doing this virtually as well. So you don't have to be in Nairobi to gain the benefits of this program. And also, you don't need to physically come into the center if you can't. If you are in quarantine or in isolation, etc., we can cater to you from there as well. Any questions? I think I've covered everything.
Okay, so thank you so much. Prishita, I have a question.
Please.
Okay, so why are snacks not allowed?
Snacks, you're not allowed to eat in between all the meals for numerous reasons. Number one, remember, you're regulating your body. We have certain amount of weighted food for you that will again keep you fuller for a much longer time, that in between this time, you will actually not feel hungry. You will not feel the need to eat. And also, if you do decide to eat, that is in a way cheating, and you will not be able to lose that weight because your metabolism has just started to reset itself, and you throw in some kachari or some peanuts or even some almonds, even if it may be like an apple in between that meal, your insulin will not learn to regulate itself. So that's why we say, please do not snack in between. That's like one of the biggest rules we tell people. Because first of all, you won't feel the need to. And secondly, you will just mess up the whole system that you've just worked so hard on.
Yeah, I guess once you start the plan, your stomach also gets used to it. It's all
Yes.
about your mind and your
It
stomach.
has to be in
Anyway,
self-control.
yeah. So any questions, please, ladies, you're most welcome to either put up your hand in this or write it on the chat. It's okay. Um, and there's also a feedback form that please do fill it in. It would be very helpful for us. Anyone?
I want to ask something.
Please.
Yes, sure, please.
I want to ask that the Jains are allowed to take this opportunity.
So
Only you give the.
Jains, as in people that don't eat any meat and nothing grown underground, right?
No, she said gents, men.
Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking the Indian side. Yeah. Men, women, even children that are morbidly obese can do this program. So it's not just for women alone. And funnily, men's and women's body are made in such a different way that men actually end up losing a lot more weight faster than women, sadly. But yes, it's for men and women and children as well, because we do have a lot of obese kids in our society, which we do need to stop diabetes happening from them early in advance.
So
Yes.
that
Okay,
means,
thank you.
hmm. Sorry?
Yes, so basically no sugar for the first 16 days. And then once you have the cheat meal, you can eat your ice cream that you want for one meal. You can drink the tea and coffee, but tea and coffee for the first 2 days have to be black and no sugar allowed in it, no honey at all either. And then once you've crossed the first 2 days, you've entered the phase two, you're allowed tea and coffee, but has to be black, no sugar. And if you're one of those that says, I need milk, then we'll probably allow you like this much milk, but no sugar at all. And then once you're in phase three, you'll realize even those cravings for milk has gone. You will just be so well regulated.
There's another question that says, I heard losing weight faster is not good
No.
for health.
So now I need to explain this. You will not
So,
be diving down on weight. You will be losing on average 4 to 5 kgs for the first 16 days. Now remember, you are not losing weight by staying hungry. You are eating a full meal and you are really full and you are satiated for such a long time. So you are losing that weight while regulating your body. And the reason why you're losing that weight is not, again, not because you're hungry, but because you're feeding your body with the hormones, the nutrients, and the enzymes that it needs to regulate itself. to restart itself. Now, we have in the past had patients that completed the full phase 4, and then they went back onto thinking, oh, if I eat this mendo, if I eat this white bread, if I eat this naan, then I'll be fine. No, they gained that weight back again. But then you also have to make sure that you're sensible in terms of what you put on your plate. Things such as white flour is so high in sugar content, and it really raises your insulin levels, that that's just not good for your body at all. So if personal recommendation, don't ever do white anything. Pasta, white flour, naans, don't do it. Think sensible. So if you do go out into restaurants, you want to eat chicken keema or something, do it, but eat it with a regular roti. All restaurants sell all that. Now, if you go want to have a pizza, sorry, be sensible, please. That's the only thing I would tell you. You're not losing weight very fast. You're losing weight by regulating your body. And then once you enter phase 3, you are exercising. You're not exercising crazily, but you're exercising sensibly while still eating sensibly and regulating that body as well. And don't think that, oh my God, if I eat one cheat meal and I've just had a paneer tikka with naan or paneer tikka with rumali roti or something, I'll gain all that weight. No, it doesn't happen like that. Not at all.
Okay. Anyone else? So,
So I don't know if I should write this here, but yes, we have a website. It's whiteoakmedicalcenter.com. And on here, I'll even write my phone number, so you can actually call me for consultations as well. Am I allowed to do that?
yes, of course.
So brown bread is not bad.
Brown bread is not good and not bad. You know, we keep thinking wheat flour is good for us because it's wheat. Technically, this raises your insulin and drops it. So in my personal recommendation, if you want to start eating healthier, then start with rye bread. Rye bread you get everywhere. If you're based in Nairobi, Art Cafe, Zucchini, Windmill, Tiramisu, all of them sell 100% rye bread. Some of them are even without oil and without sugar, which are delicious. They even sell rye pizza bases. They even sell rye pita breads as well. So that's small changes that you can start making from now into your diet. And if you have to eat wheat bread, then I would recommend you mix rye flour with wheat flour and make rye roti out of that. Just omit the ghee or the oil, because once you start getting onto the metabolic balance program, you realize you actually don't need that in your rotis, and you can still make delicious, soft, crisp, beautiful rotis with just rye flour, wheat flour, and water.
So
What
are you
about
saying-
bajra rotlo?
Bajra is good. Bajra is good. But you also have to have that in limited quantity. Again, that is not gluten-free. That will still increase your insulin, but very slowly. But the gold standard that we tell people is rye flour. You get 100% rye flour. Mix that with bajra nalot. Not a problem. So do 50% rye flour, do 50% bajra, and mix that and eat that. That's perfect.
what about milk? You know, the difference between, would you have to have semi-skimmed or skimmed milk or whole
Yes.
milk? What?
Please don't do skim milk. Don't do don't do any kind of milk except whole milk. The reason why we say that is whole milk is full of those nutrients that you need in the body. But you know what is skim milk? It's literally watered down, all those nutrients, all those minerals that you need to build strong bones, strong body. All of them have been so diluted out that's why they call it skim milk. But that's not good for you. So don't do that. If you have to eat something, drink something, do it with do it in its full capacity, as I could tell you. So whole milk, full Brookside, normal milk. Don't do full fat. Just do regular whole milk, please. Otherwise, you're just losing out on everything that's milk meant to be there for.
Okay. So you mean the fresh, right? Not the ones we get these days, the long life.
No, don't do the long life. So, you know, regular Brookside milk that you get, that's
Yes,
perfect.
yes.
Or
Okay.
Ilara, whatever is near you.
And so yogurt as well is the same,
Sorry?
the normal
Yeah,
yogurt
yeah,
is the
plain yogurt. Please don't do strawberry yogurt, mango yogurt, chocolate yogurt. Don't do those things. That's a sugar that you don't need in your body.
Okay.
Plain normal yogurt.
Okay.
Sorry, I want to ask you, what is rye flour?
Rye flour, rye is a grain that looks like wheat, and the rye flour is sometimes it's darker, but it's actually sister of a wheat flour, but not rye in terms of the
Yeah.
rye that you put for tarka, not that one. This is like actual RYE, rye flour. I'm just going to write this here, so if anybody needs to Google, they can. And then you even get rye rotli. I mean, you get rye breads, rye pita breads, rye pizza bases as well, without sugar, without oil, and it tastes so good. So you don't need to do mendo or brown anything.
10 more. Okay, you mentioned about the rice. White rice would be okay, or brown?
White rice, brown rice, please don't do it. Wild rice. It's called wild rice. It takes a bit longer to cook, but it will not increase your insulin as quickly. It will regulate your sugars and it will keep you fuller longer. Plus, it's very good on the glycemic index for you to take wild rice instead of brown rice or white rice.
Wow.
Oats
Okay,
are
so it's,
good.
yeah, oats. Okay, so it's called wild rice, right?
Yeah, wild rice. It looks black and whitish in color. So don't be bummed out by that, but otherwise the taste is actually really nice. Once it's cooked, the taste is delicious. You can't even taste the difference.
Okay.
I really need to say this over and over again. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle change. You will be eating delicious foods that you will prepare yourself, or you can get someone to prepare it for you. We just need to learn to be very creative in how we make it. My husband eats jira chicken, mari methi chicken, malai chicken. You don't have to have that malai in there. But yeah, again, just think of ways that you can spice up your food life and still enjoy it and still be losing weight as well.
Yeah, I like how you say that, because once your mind is set on it, we
Yeah.
can do anything. We're very powerful. We just need to use that.
Absolutely. And honestly, it's mind over body. Yeah. If your mind is
Yeah.
strong and you have that willpower, then you have that dedication, you can make it happen.
Yes. Any more questions? I'm just okay. So thank you, Prishita. This was so informative,
Thank
and
you.
I would like to call upon Sister Sakina Gulam Hussain, who is the member also of AFID, and to give the vote of thanks, please.
Thank you, Naila. Um, I'd like to start by thanking our guest speaker, Prishita Vora Shah, for sharing her time and the wonderful information on a healthy, balanced lifestyle. I think, especially now, we all do need it. And we've learned quite a bit to start us off into thinking, even if we don't join you right now. I think we can make subtle changes in our lifestyle from now. I know in Ramadan, everybody goes panic. No, we can't do without the sugar and the. But it really is. I do agree with you. It really is okay not to have the sweets during Ramadan. In fact, you feel better at times. I'd also like to thank you on behalf of AFWB for providing a special discount for us. For those who have logged on late, it's when you go on their website, you just have to put in the code MB Women, and it's a 5,000 discount for us. I would like to just ask, how long is the discount available for?
I will tell you at least for the next 6 months, if that's okay.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, that's perfect. And if she shared with us her email, her phone number, so women, please use it, because all of us I know have one problem or the other. I myself am a PCOS patient, so I mean, I'm sure everybody else has other problems like depression, especially now mental health challenges, and the fact that you have explained how our diet is actually linked with our mental health also. It's something to think about. Once again, thank you very much. And if you need anything else from us, please, in the future, do not hesitate to contact us. I'd like to also thank our moderator, Sister Naila Kimji. Thank you very much for agreeing to moderate this program. I'd like to thank our Nairobi rep, Madiha, for organizing this program. It's amazing to see our reps all active in organization. I'd like to thank all the participants who have attended today and have taken out the time to listen to what has been explained, the metabolic balance plan. I'm sure we've taken a lot from it, and let's go for a healthy lifestyle because it is much needed. And any other, we have our, on the chat, we have this Google form. Please, it's a feedback form. Please take the time to click on the link, fill in the form. You don't have to email it because it's a Google form. We'll appreciate the feedback. This will help us help you women better with women. If there's any other question, don't worry, we will be taking questions. The reps can take questions further on, later on, so you don't need to have all the questions right now. Right? Thank you once again, everybody.
Can I just say something? I'm really honored to be here,
Yes.
to be sharing this information to you all. The whole point is to better women, to better our lifestyles, and to feel more confident within our skin and to help each other. So I'm really grateful that you've given me this opportunity to share about metabolic balance to you all. And even if you join the plan or if you don't, make these subtle lifestyle changes, and I promise you, you'll feel better about yourself as well, and your moods and everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prishita.
Thank
That
you.
was a really lovely meeting with you.
Yes. Okay, so I will be logging off this session now. For all those who have joined later on, the information will be available. This session will go on as well for those who want to watch it later. Thank you once again, Prishita, and I
Thank you
wish
very
you well.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.